UFC Fight Night, UFC Vegas 60, Sandhagen versus Song just took place. And I need to fix this charger right now. Wait a second. But Sandhagen Song just took place, and I'm going to go through the full card recap, starting with the early prelims, ending with the main event. I was going to make an individual reaction breakdown vid for the main event, but I got caught up with the Canelo fight, and I'll give a quick reaction to that. I think that fight was a draw, but whatever. Full card recap, starting with the early prelim opener of, this was a decent card, not the best, not the greatest, just decent. Nicholas Mata versus Cameron Van Camp. Never gonna pick Cameron Van Camp again. He's complete shit, utter fucking shit. So, yeah, no chin, no stand-up, no range control, no range management as well. You should be cut from the fucking organization. Fuck him. Nicholas Mata won. He's probably not going to be anything either. How old is Nicholas Mata? 29. In February. Frick. I don't know. They're both not great. But Cameron Van Camp, I thought, was going to maybe use the grappling as plan B. And he didn't shoot a single takedown. You know, I said he would KO Mata. Yeah, Mata was clipping him here and there, but Van Camp, it was just like a freaking ticking bomb. Let's be real in this fight. And, yeah, exactly. And the bomb ticked. Down goes Van Camp. Gets put down again. Looked good against Fialho, but Fialho getting rocked by him didn't really look too well. So, yeah, good win from Nicholas Mata. Probably won't be anything, but good win. He got it done over Van Camp. Moving on up the card. Got that one incorrect. But I got this one correct. Javid Baszler versus Tony Gravely. Yeah, Gravely. Alright. It looked alright early on. I thought I was worried for a second. Like, I thought, oh no, maybe Gravely's actually going to get this one done. I think it was a head clash early on. That cut Javid Baszler open. A lot of cuts on this card. Let's be real. We'll get to the main event in a second. But, man, Javid Baszler went out there and just won the second 2 rounds. Arguably could have won the first round as well at the ending, towards the ending, landing good shots on Tony Gravely. I think Gravely could win round 1 though. He got some takedowns here and there. Good scrambles throughout the fight. Javid Baszler had good scrambles, you know, showed good takedown defense, showed he's very strong in those scrambles, you know, in those situations there, in those exchanges. And he won the last 2 rounds pretty clear, I do believe. Landed shots, beat Gravely in the second round. Third round, Gravely looked like he was starting to slow down all fight, and Javid Baszler got the job done. Good win, Javid Baszler. He's a good fighter. How old is he? I forgot. I think he's 27. Almost 28. He just turned 27. Okay. You have a year for him. Get him back in January, February. Get him some time. I mean, he does not cut the heel. January, February. Get him on there. Get him on a pay-per-view card. He deserves it. Screw the fucking Apex. Moving on up the card. Jillian Robertson versus Maria Agapova. Jillian Robertson won. Risky early on, though. I think Agapova could win round 1. She was landing good elbows around the back of the head. Let's be real. I mean, like around 50 times. Back of the head. Some of them were at like the side of the head. But eventually Robertson took her to the ground. You know, took her to the ground. And just had the back of Maria Agapova in round 2 and choked her out in a weird, funny way. I mean, I'm trying to think it now. Like, Maria Agapova was kind of out cold, but kind of shaking at the same time, which was a bit weird. But whatever. I'm gonna rewatch it after this. I mean, I think it was weird, but it was just weird. And Jillian Robertson got the job done. She gets it done. Good win from Robertson. It's good for her as well, because her win over Priscilla Cachoeira is aging very well. I mean, Cachoeira's on a bit of a streak, and her only loss in that streak is to Jillian Robertson, so that's going to boost Robertson up the rankings. She did lose to JJ Aldrich, though, which isn't a good look, but let's do her versus someone. A girl coming off a win. Maybe do her versus... I don't know... Marina Moroz. We'll see. Moving on up the card. Good win from Robertson. Trey Ogden versus Daniel Zheuber. Daniel Zellhuber's pathetic. How did he beat Lucas Almeida? Lucas Almeida is a savage. He's a savage, Lucas Almeida, who knocked out Mike Trizano. And now is fighting Zheuber Tukagov next at UFC 280. And he's probably going to win that one as well. But Daniel Zellhuber beat him pretty comfortably. But he loses to Trey which just didn't make sense. I mean, Zellhuber could have won the third round. The judges scored it 30-27 across the board, which was interesting. I think round 3 can actually go Zellhuber. I mean, I don't even know what his last name is. Zellhuber or Zellhuber? Zellhuber or Zellhuber? But yeah, whatever your name is. Trey Ogden got the win, though. I mean, first 2 rounds, I think you can win. Second round's close, but I think he won the second round. First round's him as well, pretty clear. Trey Ogden just kind of won out range. Boring fight. Good win, Ogden. Proves how good Levitt is. Proves how good Paddy Pimblett is. Who knows? Moving on up the card. Luma Lukeboom versus Denise Gomez. I want to talk about this fight for a second. Good fight. I mean, over the rounds, this was a pretty decent scrap. I think the last 2 rounds, this was a weird one, man, because there was a lot of moments where Luma Lukeboom was on bottom, almost subbed at moments. I think round 1 can go Gomez. Round 2 can go Luma. Round 3 was going to go Gomez, but Luma kind of pushed it more. I think this fight could have been like I wouldn't even mind this fight as a split decision, but it was close. Luma won it, though. I forgot some of the moments, man, I really do. And yeah, good win from Luma Lukeboom. She won it. She's a good fighter. She's very cool. Very good. I think the only Thai fighter in the UFC. 26 years old. Still very young. She arguably won against Lupita Godinez on damage. So yeah, good win from her. Moving on. Her win over Sam Hughes is doing well too now. Moving on up the card. Trevin Giles versus Louis whatever his name is. Louis Coskey. Louis Coskey. Yeah, just pathetic. Coskey. What's his name, man? People say Coskey. Koskey. What's this guy's name? I'm saying it's Koskey. It's a better name. Anyways, Coskey? That's a terrible last name, in my opinion. No offense, but Koskey sounds a lot better. Mr. Koskey? Mr. Coskey? But yeah, I'm calling him Koskey. But, yeah. Good win from what's his name? Good win from Trevin Giles. Just won every round, man. Round 3's close. Coskey can win it with the grappling, but Giles was just outlanding him. First 2 rounds, boring fight again. This was a really dull card. No fights next week as well. We're another break off. Man, UFC 280. Dude, I'll talk about the end of the video, but yeah, Trevin Giles won it. Good win. First 2 rounds, just kind of outstruck Louis Coskey. And yeah, good win from Trevin Giles. Moving on up the card. To the headliner prelim versus Damon Jackson versus Patsabatini. Good win, Damon Jackson, man. I need to stop downing this guy because he's actually very good. Massive improvements. You can say what you want about the front kick, and that kind of affected him. And yeah, it kind of did, but Damon Jackson set it up. It wasn't like he threw accidentally. It was kind of a fluke. But from looking kind of mediocre against Daniel Agueda to just beating Patsabatini in round 1 is something to say. Because he didn't look great against Charles Rosa. Looked good against Kamala Kirk, but looked against Argueta. But then looked really good against Sabatini. I don't get this guy. He's probably going to look in his next fight as well. But you got to give it to Ilya Tapiria for just smashing him the way he did. But yeah, good win from Damon Jackson. He proved he's very good. Yeah, this dude's really good. 34, though. That's the problem. He's 34, and he's turning August. He's turning 35, so freaking at the end of the year, let's go. End of the year. December, last card of the year. Damon Jackson, I think he might be top 15 now. But Tapiria is top 15, so I don't know where he's going to be ranked. I'm going to check, though. Maybe do him versus... I'm going to get a fight for him now. Because I like Damon Jackson, man. Look good. Really look good out there. If it's going to load. Maybe do Damon Jackson versus... Okay, there. Maybe would have said Sadiq Yusuf, but Yusuf just got opponent. Damon Jackson versus Jillian Rosa. Boom, done. Do that fight. Jillian Rosa versus Damon Jackson. Both of them are skilled as hell. So, yeah. Let's do that fight. That's a really good fight. Let's do that now, honestly. December, last card of the year. Moving on up the card to the main card. Anthony Hernandez versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Alright, Anthony Hernandez is very freaking good, man. You gotta give it to him. I mean, dude is freaking solid, you know? And he's very good, man. He has great cardio, great conditioning. Won the fight. I mean, he was just dominating the fight against Marc-Andre Barriault until the late finish in the third round. But, man, he's a freaking savage. You know, Hernandez is savage, man. Like, he's good. He probably would have defeated Kevin Holland if he didn't get TKO'd so fast. But, man, how did he lose to Marcus Perez? That makes no sense. But, yeah, he's good, bro. He's very freaking good. And he got the win. I mean, look good against Fremd. I mean, arguably, Josh Fremd did better against Marc-Andre Barriault against Anthony Hernandez. And he took it on short notice. Good win from Anthony Hernandez. Really good win. He got the job done. Good stuff from him. Barriault's no joke. So good win from Anthony Hernandez. Moving on up the card, Rodrigo Nascamento versus Tanner Baszler. I got this one correct. I mean, Baszler. I picked Baszler first round KO. I got that wrong. I got that part incorrect. But freaking Baszler won that on damage. Baszler won that on damage. I mean, you could call me biased all you want. I really don't care. I mean, it won't affect me for a month. It won't affect me for 2 months. It won't affect me at all. Baszler freaking won that fight. He did. I think he should have won that fight 2 rounds to 1. First round can go Nascamento, but even then, Nascamento did nothing on top, and Baszler without any shots. But I gave Nascamento round 1 because he was kind of tagging Baszler here and there on the feet. But again, that's a close round. I gave it to Nascamento barely. Round 2's Baszler rocked Nascamento all over the place, wobbled him. I mean, Nascamento has a chin to stay up. I mean, I don't get how Dawkins just puts him away with relative ease. Round 3, Nascamento takes him down, but Baszler just beats him on bottom. Punch after punch after punch around the eye. Punch after punch after punch around the eye. But Nascamento's just breathing on top, doing nothing. So that's how you win. Damage-based scoring. Baszler wins that fight. What the hell? I'll get to Algie in a second. I'm going to talk about the same thing. Spoiler alert. But yeah. I don't get how you can score that fight for Nascamento. I don't get it. Baszler would have been a great contender, but you ruined him once again. He should have beaten Arlovsky. Should have beaten Latifi. Should have beat OSP. He's back. Loses and should have beaten Nascamento, where he loses here. Makes no sense. Whole career robbed of him. Beat Arlovsky in my opinion. Beat Nascamento in my opinion. Latifi fights either way. I don't mind that one. But arguably again could win that on damage. Yeah. Baszler. That sucks for him, man. Really does. Really does suck for him. So yeah, good win from Nascamento. Moving on up the card. Joseph Piper versus Alan Amadovsky. Joe Piper, man. Lived up to the hype. Be Joe Piper. Be Joe Piper. Look good out there. Patient start. A worrying start. I mean, he was not worrying. That's not like UFC debut jitters, but patient start. And I was worried Amadovsky maybe would KO him out of nowhere, but he stayed patient, landed shots. They were both going tit for tat. Then a big rear lead uppercut. Misses. Big stray around the side of the forehead. Puts down Amedovski. Looks over him. Punches afterwards. You should have just stood over him and see what the referee does. And Amedovski just staring up, looking at Joe Pyfer. But Joe Pyfer looked good. He won it. Good win. Yeah, Joe Pyfer looked good. Really does look good out there. And yeah, good win from Joe Pyfer. He looked good out there. 26 years old. Body Bags is a cool nickname as well. So, good win, Joe Pyfer. He got the job done. Moving on up the card. Andre Fili versus Bill Algie. Again, we're back to Baszler versus Nascamento Part 2. That fight should arguably be Algio's, man. Algio should win that. I mean, again, I picked Algio to win. So, of course, my picks get robbed. But, really, Algio should win that fight. He kept punching Fili, who just did nothing. He did nothing. What? It's not... What is this? Gon should have beaten Ngannou. He should be the champion. He shouldn't even have to fight Tuivasa. That was his title defense, realistically, in Paris. What? Like, it's damage-based scoring. Are they changing it? Are they not following their own rules? What are they doing? Algio should win that fight. Round 1, I don't mind going to Fili. Because he landed, I mean, realistically, Algio outlanded him, I think. And was landing the better shots and was just realistically just beating Fili until Fili landed a head kick. Kind of rocked Algio, landed head kick again. He landed the bigger shots and cut open Algio, I do believe. And, I mean, I don't even know if he cut him open. I mean, there's a lot of cuts on this card, but... Round 2, Algio landed the better shots. Was landing the better shots on Andre Fili. And gained the better of him in round 2. Round 3, Fili takes him down. Looks like it's about to be a Fili win. Punch after punch after punch. Algio just keeps punching him around the eye. Fili's just holding on for dear life. You should give it to Algio, right? On damage. Nope. Fili wins because of the control. And yeah, people look at it that way. Algio should win that fight. And yeah, I got Algio and Baszler correct. Yeah, moving on to the co-main event. Gregory Rodriguez versus Chidi Njokuani. This was a good one. Gregory is a fucking savage, man. I love Gregory Rodriguez. I said this before the Jillian Marquez fight. Dude is a freaking solid fighter. He's solid, man. He looked good. Like, I think he won against Armin Petrosyan. I don't know how you can give that Petrosyan. Fucking robbery. But he knocked out Marquez. Knocked out Njokuani. And yeah, he got caught with a big knee early on. Cut open. You should see the cut on Instagram. Dana White's Instagram story. Look at that cut. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yeah. Good win from Gregory Rodriguez, though. Got caught with a knee. Almost put out. Then he dropped Chidi. I picked him to win with his grappling, but he got KO instead. So good job from Gregory Rodriguez. Beats Chidi. Beats Marquez. Should have beaten Petrosyan well. But yeah, he gets KO'd by Jordan Williams on the Contender Series. Makes so much sense. MMA gods. But yeah, Rodriguez looked good though. I mean, he's 30 years old. Only 30 years old. Turning 31 soon, yeah, but Gregory's freaking solid, man. Come back in March, February, when your cut's healed. Alright, the guy's a solid fighter. Good win. Moving on. So Chidi looked good early on. Gregory's good though, man. I said this. Since he beat Union Park, I was on this guy's train. He beat Dasco, Beat Union Park. This guy's a beast. I picked him to beat Petrosyan as well. And he should have won the fight. He should have been Petrosyan. Complete robbery there. Close fight, but he won, I thought. And he beat Marquez and Njokuani. Sucks for Njokuani because he's a decent fighter, but he loses. Moving on to the main event. Corey Sandhagen versus Sonia Dong. Gets stopped to the cut at the end of round 4. I get it. And that's why. But people want to see me how I scored the fight. Up to that moment, it could be Sandhagen 4-0. People are going to dislike that, but Sandhagen can really win that 4-0. 3-1 at best. I mean, I think round 1's clear Sandhagen. He landed the better shots, landed good body kicks, landed the better shots overall. And I think he won round 1. Round 2, Yadong's doing the better of it, getting the better of the strikes. I think he rocked Sandhagen at one moment, but Sandhagen was fine. Came back, kind of like refreshed himself, shook it off. Round 2 should be Yadong, but he gets cut open. Gets cut open in round 2. So who do you score round 2 to there? It could be Yadong. It could be Sandhagen. I think realistically Yadong can win that round. I mean, that cut means a lot, but he landed shots. I think he rocked Sandhagen at one moment. Round 3, Sandhagen. Closer round, but Sandhagen wins it. Lands more of the shots. Just outlands Song Yadong. Round 4, I think, is a clear Sandhagen round. Just beating up Song Yadong and just landing good shots on him. Landing body kicks, body shots. I mean, something Sandhagen did underratedly in this fight. Fake a takedown to a body shot. Great investment and great thinking and very smart from Corey Sandhagen. And then it gets stopped at the end of round 4 due to a cut. Sandhagen wins. Was probably going to win anyways, let's be real. Yeah. Yadong, though, man, he's still young. So he's going to learn from this. He's going to learn from this massively. And it was just a cut. Yeah, it was just a cut. You can maybe say to himself. I mean, if he thinks, if this is the case, in his dumb mind, if he thinks he was winning, he can just say, even though I don't think he was, but if you're dumb enough, and if he's maybe dumb enough to think he was winning that fight, he can say to himself, it was just a cut. I got cut. Not like I lost a unanimous decision. Not like I got KO'd. Not like I got subbed. He's still young. Dude's gonna keep getting better. And he's gonna come up one day. And he's gonna maybe be a top contender. Maybe not a champ. Depends who's at the top by then. But he could maybe be one of the, like, he's good, man. Yadong. But Sandhagen, in the mic afterwards, he called out Merab Dvalishvili and Marlon Vera. Merab's probably going to move down to flyweight to fight Kai Kara France, winner of Askarov Royval. And for Corey Sandhagen, if Merab's moving down like we think he is, Corey Sandhagen should move above Merab, in my opinion. Merab, get him out of the rankings, or just move him down 1. And do Sandhagen Vera, but this is the mess of the bantamweight division, because the winner of O'Malley-Yan, if it's O'Malley, isn't going to get a title shot. That realistically should be a title elimination bout. Alright? This is such a mess. Oh, it's giving me a headache looking at it. The winner of O'Malley-Yan, to some people, is going to get a title shot, but O'Malley's number 13. And he lost to Vera, so that's going to hold him back. It's not going to make him go right up there. And if O'Malley somehow gets a title shot, he has to get it in like a brutal knockout fashion. If Yan wins, you could give it to him. But I have to do Vera Sandhagen. 3-rounder, 5-rounder. Sandhagen says he wants to come back around Christmas, before Christmas. So yeah. No, don't do that. I mean, I don't think he took much damage, but yeah. Sandhagen Vera next year, January. ABC card, first fight back. First fight of the year back. I mean, first event back. 2023. So yeah. And then the winner, because if Yan beats O'Malley, we kind of have to rely on Sterling Dillashaw. Let's hope they don't go to a split decision, which is controversial, or anything dumb like that. Let's hope one of them get a one-sided performance. And yeah, it's such a mess. Corey Sandhagen and Marlon Vera should be next, though, in my opinion. But I want to see Vera O'Malley. I want to see Vera versus the winner of O'Malley-Yan. This is the annoying part. Sandhagen versus Merab would be alright. But Merab probably fucking holds him on for dear life. Fucking bitch. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Sandhagen Vera should be next, though. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. This is the full card recap for UFC. Vegas 60. Sandhagen Song. Let's go. No card next week. No fucking card next week. So I don't know what I'm going to do with content. Hopefully MMA news comes out or something like that. And I'll make random videos. I don't know. And the card when we come back to will be Dern versus Yan. Mackenzie Dern, Yan Jiaonan. And the week after that is Viviane Araújo versus Alexa Grasso. Fuck! And even then, Dern Yan the week after, another gap. Another break. This could come back at UFC 280 though. Let's go. I think that's where they're going to pay us.